know how much I love gas stations.
100%.
I love them.
Whether you're going there for lunch because it's right next door.
The food.
And even when you're home in Sigourney now, it's a nice little drive for you to get away from the craziness of your Bobcat life.
It is, home. Yes. Reference last episode if you don't know what she's talking about. And that's so funny that you bring that up because on Saturday, Hayes is now playing soccer. Yes, I'm a soccer mom. I know you can't believe it. I look way too young.
Sports.
Yeah, sports. Saturday, we promised the boys, if everyone was good, donuts after the soccer game. You know, what's better than sugar after you just work out? Yeah. So we went. That place was popping.
Seriously?
Oh, my gosh.
With all the other soccer moms?
Everyone in town was there. So there was prom that weekend. There was soccer. All kinds of things going on. Everyone was at that. It's a Casey's. So shout out Casey's. Yeah, it was. Yes, it was. But, yeah.
What's your go-to thing to get at the gas station?
Oh, my God. Okay, I'm such a nerd. The big bottle of water. So I always ask Jeff, like, you want a big bottle? You want a big bottle of water? And he's usually like, yeah, I want a big bottle. And then I'm a sweet tooth. Yeah. Straight to like the nerds cluster section.
Those are so good.
Remember the obsession I had with those when I was pregnant with Ro?
Yes.
I had them multiple times a day.
A weird obsession with a lot of candies because you were iron deficient. So you wanted like dust or.
Yeah, I wanted like
you wanted something dusty.
Chalky dust.
Chalky, that's a better word for it.
Did I ever tell you that, my iron was so low and my hemoglobin was like on the floor, numbers low. They weren't going to let me out of the hospital. That's what that was. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I was like, oh, well, that's why I wanted to lick dirt off of every truck that drove by. I should have licked dirt. Yeah, I should have. I know. Weird fact
Instead
about
of eating
me.
Smarties.
I craved dirt, the dirtiest dirt.
Oh,
there was.
So
I was
crazy.
Pregnant. But yeah.
When I go to the gas station, I'm a chip person, so I'll get chips. I'll get a big bottle too.
Big bottle. Big bottle and some chips.
I always got to get a big pop. Not always, but sometimes I'm craving like
a fountain pop.
Yeah,
because nothing tastes better than fountain.
No,
fountain
the
pop.
Crushed with that ice.
I also liked that ice when I was pregnant.
Yeah, it's so good.
Oh my gosh, it is so good.
But yeah, I'm chocolate.
Yes. Oh, chocolate.
Gummy bears. I love gummy bears.
Me too. I had a dream last night about gummy bears that they caused the cancer. So, but I don't think that they do. I think that was just me.
I hope not.
Being worried. You guys don't listen to this. Please don't get your medical information from this podcast. This is a marketing podcast. We have to remind you every time. Stop getting your medical advice from us. Quit going to the doctor and saying, Mackenzie and Shelby told me I have eaten way too many gummy bears and I need to be checked out. Yep. You don't. That's crazy. But back to gas stations.
Yeah.
Big fat gas station news.
This blew our minds.
Come and Go, which... Fun fact, was my very first job.
Yes, it was.
I think we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
We go all out at Come and Go. How may I help you?
Mac Daddy here on the line.
Mac Daddy. They have been bought by Maverick, a gas station convenience store chain based out of Salt Lake City, Utah.
Yeah.
So lots of questions. That was a huge surprise. I don't think anybody saw that coming. My biggest question is probably your biggest question.
Yep.
Are they going to change that name?
They can't.
I don't think they can either. Come and Go
they've taken the internet by storm.
Absolutely. They've turned it into a lifestyle brand.
Yep. And like out of town people, like they have to go and get a shirt at Come and Go. They just think it's too funny.
Dax Shepard Dax Shepard, he's a famous actor, but he has the Armchair Expert podcast, which that was like my first podcast that I ever started to listen to. Yeah, he has a Come and Go t-shirt.
Does he?
Because he's from Michigan. And I think I don't know if they're up there, but maybe.
Too funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how big this Salt Lake City gas station.
I think the chain is pretty big, maybe like Texas to, I don't know. We'll have to fact check that. But
if you were to compare and contrast the two brands from what I know, and I know all about Come and Go rather than this other chain, you can't change it.
No, because when they first started Come and Go, that was just the name that they picked.
I wonder how that
and
name...
Go, right? Well, people weren't as filthy as they are now. Let's just...
You don't think so? You know, like in those Disney movies, like
maybe
when they
just Come and Go, see? Maybe they were just as filthy. They just, they didn't have the internet to create
to
memes.
Rally behind them.
Yeah, create memes. So then they took this ironic name, and then they're leaning into the name. I love the fact that they lean into it. I thank goodness for social media and for all that stuff, because I can see like Come and Go picking on Casey's, picking on Quickstar, picking on, I just love it.
Yeah.
No, so I don't know. I don't know if they can, but Salt Lake City, traditionally more conservative. I don't know if they, who knows?
I know.
I don't know much about the Maverick branding.
I don't know either.
I'm going to dig into that. That's so interesting.
Yeah.
But we'll see, I guess.
Yeah, let us know your guys' thoughts on this whole news that shook the gas station nation. Do you think they should keep the Come and Go name or get rid of it, rebrand? Like, let us know in the comments. We'd love to know other people's insights, because I'm sure there's people that know more than
Absolutely.
we do.
I'm really into the show Succession right now on HBO.
Yeah.
And it's all about
I've
like,
heard of this.
yes. So just how it's going to go to the children of the, when I tell you, I was so intrigued by this Come and Go news because of the show Succession and how this
Really?
deal is going to go down and all of that. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I was like, well, to be a fly on the wall during those negotiations and conversations about this, I would pay money.
Yeah, just to listen.
They should make a documentary about.
Yes.
Hey,
Yep.
we've got cameras.
Holler.
Yeah, just
Drop a
holler.
comment.
So yeah, I think there's gonna be lots more information coming out about that.
Yeah.
But it's really interesting.
It's so
It
interesting.
did. I love how you called it the gas station nation. Hashtag.
Look how I did there.
That was great.
What is Succession on? What are you watching on?
HBO. It's so
Okay.
good.
So I'm going to use that to lead into this.
What?
So Love is Blind came out with their reunion. They're on Netflix. That was my
Right.
segue.
That was a great segue.
I have to feel like I have to call them out now, because I think they can be a little misleading. Did she do it or she didn't do it? We don't know.
Where was the segue?
So Netflix, for the Love is Blind reunion, they wanted to do a live reunion.
Okay.
Now, Netflix,
Risky, huh?
they did another live thing with the Chris Rock special, I believe.
Smart.
Yeah. And
Smart.
I
Chris
like
Rock.
them that some people are like, why are they even getting to live in the first place? Like, why do they need to do it? And I like them
Evolve or die, baby.
Evolve or die. I like them getting into the live space. I think it's very trendy right now from my point of view.
Well, we have a 24-hour news cycle. People have their phones in their hand. I mean, when something happened because of social media and the internet, like immediately. So why not just
Right.
tune in live? They do the Bravo stuff live. Watch
Yes,
what happens
okay.
live. They do all that.
So here's the thing. Here's the drama that I've
Okay,
heard.
what happened?
So it was supposed to start at, let's say, 8.
Okay.
They,
Let's say.
I don't know. I'm not that invested. I'm only on like episode 5 still.
Okay.
So it became 8:15, and Netflix, it still hadn't started yet.
Okay.
So Netflix released a tweet. I think they were kind of, again, like leaning into it. Not here yet.
Was there any like screen?
I think
anything
there
happening on the
was, and I
screen?
think there was like some elevator music
Oh, okay.
just to keep the people
All right.
engaged in
Yeah.
whatever that looks like.
Go. You can still go to the bathroom. Go pop another bag of popcorn.
So 8:15 was the last we heard from Netflix, and apparently the live didn't start until like 9:30.
No.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Like it was bad. And then when it started, not everyone was getting it.
Okay.
So only select people were getting it. So it became this huge like, Netflix, like you are the leading streaming service. Get your shit together.
Right.
And get this live rocking and rolling.
We need to see Love is Blind reunion.
But do we need to see a live reunion? Because this is what, back to the Bravo thing. So Andy, they apparently did that once
Oh,
for a Real Housewives thing.
right.
John might remember.
John
He's a Real Housewives.
is a
lover.
Bravo
I think it was Miami.
boy.
And he's a Bravo boy. Oh,
He's our Bravo boy, though.
And so they did it once, and Andy like put out a tweet later too. He was like, did they not learn anything from the Miami Real Housewives reunion? Like, don't do live reunions.
Okay, it's so true. Think about the Bravo world. Think about Netflix world. When all those reality stars come out, they all bitch about the editing, and editing.
Yep.
So for two networks that rely so heavily on the editing to tell a story, they're not going to be able to have the editing during a lot. So I was surprised they did it in the first place.
I know.
How are they going to edit?
Especially because people, like normal people, They have the ability, like, as I'm sure you guys have heard on our podcast, but we can ramble.
This is live.
We can really ramble on and on and on and on and on about stuff that people don't want to hear about all the time. So it's like on the Netflix one, like, I think people got into this rambling and they just wouldn't shut up. So
I heard Vanessa Lachey was asking a lot of people about babies and things, which you just don't do.
Yeah,
you just don't do that.
There's a petition going around.
Oh.
They want to get rid of them as the hosts.
Oh, yeah. See you later.
See ya.
98 degrees. Wow. I think it just dropped a few degrees in here. Ice cold.
Burn. But not really. So yeah, that's my Netflix update. And they never, from that 8:15 tweet, they never like addressed it again and let people know the
they're
updates.
going to ignore it and expect it to go away. That's not how PR works, babies.
No. So that was something that took
Interesting.
me by surprise.
Yeah, I bet they will get their tech side figured out before they try that again.
They have the most money and the most resources out of. It blew my mind.
I feel like a few small tweaks would make big changes for that network.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Oh my gosh. What are we going to talk about today?
Small marketing tactics that can make big changes in your business.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not.
That's amazing.
We're going to focus on these really simple things that so many people miss in their marketing strategy that can really enhance their brand. So what we're going to do is dive into enhancing your website, being consistent on social media, and improving your SEO.
Yep. Amazing.
So let's dive into our top 3 ways that you can make a big impact in your business, starting with your website.
Your website. The first thing is have one. Have a website. I'm not kidding.
I know. It just sounds so simple that it's silly, but people need to hear it.
I know. They do. There's people out there, and I know, and I am not slamming anyone that does not, because I know there are so many successful businesses out there that have thrived, survived, done so well with word of mouth. You know, maybe it's a service or something, you know, whatever it is, they've gotten by without it. But as we talk about every single podcast episode, people's behaviors are changing.
Yeah.
If you want to meet your audience where they are, then make it available to them.
Right.
So just have a website. It does not have to have all the bells and whistles.
No.
Right? It does not. It does not have to have moving graphics or, you know, it doesn't. It just needs to have accurate, up-to-date information. And it's just a place for people to find you.
Yeah.
What do we call a website all the time?
Your 24-hour salesman.
Your 24-hour salesperson. It doesn't shut off at night. It doesn't clock out at 5 o'clock. It's always there. So when people are looking for a service or product like yours, if you have a website, and we'll get into how to promote that website later in this list, you know, you just have to have that landing place for them to go find, learn more, browse, and just check you out to make sure that you're even a fit for them. So
Totally.
Just have the website.
Just buy
it
the
seems
domain
so
name.
obvious. Yeah, buy it. It's so much fun to buy the
Domain name.
Domain name. So much fun.
I love it. What was I going to say? I was going to talk about personalizing the website a little bit. One of the ways that we love enhancing people's website is through personalization. So I wanted to share that one way we did this was through our team page on our website.
Yep.
So we essentially it was like a quick little Q&A in a digestible way for people who visited our website could get to know, like, and trust us on a more personal level. So we actually we send out a Google form, which when talking about this, I need to send it out again to people to get it updated because I think some are a little
I need to update
older.
my own. That's my bad.
But we send out a Google form and they fill out these simple questions like, what shows do you like to watch? What's your favorite drink that you like to indulge in? How many kids or dogs or whatever? Like just simple, basic stuff to get people to know you on a more personal level.
Yeah, and even like as far as we always say, just say no to stock photo.
Yep.
So you land on the homepage. If it's your business, put a picture of your business out there. Put a picture of your product out there. Again, people are smarter, savvier. They can spot a stock photo from 10 miles away.
100%.
And they immediately feel like, oh gosh, like I don't feel like I'm connecting with this business. This isn't a safe place for me. Is this a scam? What is this? It's a stock photo.
Right.
Make sure you personalize it in that way too. Just put a photo of your business or whatever. Spread that throughout the website so people know
it
this
legitimizes
is legit.
and adds credibility to your website as well when it's more resembling of your brand and what you embody. So again, people can get to know, like, and trust who your business is. And another way we like to do this too, this was a point you added on there and I really liked it. It was adding a form fill page.
Yes.
So we've been doing this in a couple of ways because, like you wrote down here, millennials are not going to pick up the phone to call you.
I'm simply not going to do it. I won't even pick up the phone to get a pizza delivered to my house.
What?
No.
Casey's Pizza?
No. Casey's Pizza has an app now where I can do it all online. I do not have to interact with anyone. And in fact, a lot of businesses like that because they are busy too. So they don't actually, they're doing something. They don't have the time to pick up the phone, blah, 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 blah. They just want it to become an easy process of their day too. So I'm not going to bug those busy Casey's worker. I know I saw a Saturday morning. Think about a Saturday night.
I know.
I'm not doing that to them.
Oh my gosh. Get your 6-pack and a pack of cigs and you're on your way out the door down there in Sigourney.
Wish. That's behind me.
I love it.
That is in my past. Unfortunately.
One last hit for good measure.
And that's not a 2-finger cigarette. That's one of these. That's a good old
That's
mark.
not a thumb action. That's
just one of these.
Next finger
Oh
action.
my gosh. Do not condone drug use of any kind.
No.
Only tobacco.
So
We're just going to cut that.
No, I don't think we should actually.
keeping that.
We just did our newsletter about 420.
We did. That was so funny.
I want to know what you guys thought about that.
That was a good one.
That was
Mackenzie
fun.
had that brain.
Shelby put it through the Shelby filter. Thank God.
No, I mean, you had the content and it was just so funny to dive
Good stuff.
into.
It's good stuff.
What was your favorite one that you saw from our list of 4?
Oh my goodness.
We talked about Jimmy John's,
Yeah.
Bic lighters.
I like Bic lighters just because of the long game. But
Yeah.
then we had Wana,
Yes.
their distributor.
Yep. And then Ben and Jerry's.
Ben and Jerry's.
Yep.
And then Ben and Jerry's, I like the,
I really liked that one.
that's a good, about like the injustices of,
Yeah.
marijuana happens, but who's getting more shit for it.
Yep,
you know?
exactly. It's like the same percentages, but you're seeing more white people get away with it, which is just not fair if you want to ask us. So I really liked the Jimmy John's one.
Yeah.
Because it was very subtle. And I was talking to
Hilarious.
my sister about it. Because she's well versed on that stuff, as I am not. And she's like, yeah, that's a name for it. Because they called it like the devil's
lettuce.
Devil's lettuce. I'm like, wait, it is? That just made it. I had no idea. I just thought it was good on its own.
Look at this little innocent little queen.
I've got a long way to go.
Oh my gosh. Good for you.
Thanks. Thank you.
Okay.
So back to your website. One of the ways we like to utilize form fills on your website is by offering something free and of value to them to entice
Absolutely.
them to drop their email so you can get that in return. One way we've done that on ours is a free discovery call with Melanie. So that's an easy way to get people into our business so we can discuss their needs and what they are looking for and if we're going to be a good fit for them.
Yep.
And then one other way we also do it is through freebies. As a self-taught queen, as myself, I thrive off a freebie because it's giving me education on topics that I'm not as well versed
Yeah.
in. So
Tools.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So the first one we created was 10 ways to repurpose one piece of content. And that came from, it was a common question that we kept like getting brought up in discussions with people like, okay, I have this one big piece of content. Great. Now what do I do with it? So it became, we created that piece, we created the freebie from a need that our
Right.
clients were like, we don't know what to do with this. And we saw it was a common theme. So it's like, here's a freebie, do with it what you will.
Yep.
And then once we're able to get that email, we are now able to like nurture that relationship.
Give them more of what they need.
Exactly. So
Yep.
we know we can better serve them.
I
And it
love
all
it.
starts by leading them to your website.
Yeah, the website that you're going to go create today if you haven't already. Just kidding. Just no pressure, no rush. Calm down. Make yourself a bath. Check out, lots of options. We'll
Use your
put
thumb
the
if you want.
options in our show notes. If you want a big bold, beautiful website. We know how to make those.
Yeah,
we would love to walk you through the process of a website. We would absolutely love to do that.
Yeah. So speaking of that free discovery call, if you want one,
Hey guys. You know,
hit Melanie up.
yeah. And we can do a call. We can do a virtual call because, again, millennials, we won't put you in any situation you don't feel comfortable.
We got it.
Amazing. Okay.
So let's dive into the second way, a small way that you can make a big impact in your business, and that's through social media. So I'm going to lead this one off because it's kind of my bread and butter.
Please do.
So when I bring up social media, I have to talk about consistency, because consistency is what builds credibility for your brand. And it just sounds so simple to be consistent, but it's also so hard at the same time. Like, I know for me, the past even few weeks, heck, you could even say like all of 2023, it's been really hard for me with everything that's going on around here to be consistent for Being Bang's social media and whatnot. And it's really hard for me to, like, because I know in the back of my head that consistency builds credibility, because it is that small little thing that is going to make such a big impact on your business.
Right.
So I'm not here to like give you excuses, be like, well, Shelby's not being consistent, so like I don't have to be consistent.
But you are. You were doing above and beyond. So the fact that you've scaled back a little, it might feel like, oh my God, I'm not doing it. But you've scaled back, and scaling back, that's good for your business. It's good for your mental health. It's good for everything. So don't feel like, again, we said it in a couple episodes back, don't be a slave to all this stuff.
Right.
Maybe that's not the right word, but just don't feel like you are chained to this and someone's going to die if you don't do it. No, they're absolutely not. Everything's going to be fine. Scaling back, taking a break, coming back, it's all part of the process. It's fine.
The journey.
It's fine. It's not the journey. It's not the destination. It's the journey.
But that being said, I saw your peace sign out of the corner of my eye. Throw it up. Yeah. So there are ways that you can be consistent on social media besides just posting a post onto your feed. So some ways that take like literally less than 5 minutes for you to be consistent is responding to any and all comments with at least 3 to 4 words back to what they commented on your post or anything. So not even just don't be like a thumbs up emoji or a heart emoji. Be like, love that you agree with this. This is amazing.
Show that you care.
Thanks for your insight. Yeah, to build that greater relationship with them. Another way is to send DMs to your followers. I love this. I have connected with so many cool people through our DMs, and it's so. I just love that, like, I now have that relationship with them. I'm like, yeah, really Samantha, cool. Like, thought that we should do this for our...
And I'm like, who is Samantha?
Yeah. I love it. It's such a fun and engaging way to drive engagement to your account through your followers.
Yep.
Another quick way is to leave comments on 5 posts that are in your feed. That's another way indicating to the algorithm that you are interested in that content, and you're also going to be able to get people to notice your brand by commenting on them.
Yep.
And then also just sharing a poll to your stories to get to know your audience a little more.
I love polls.
I do too. What should we post one today? What should we ask?
I was thinking about this on the drive here. What just people want to hear more of from us? I mean, are they sick of those intros just taking way too long? Are their thumbs getting sore skipping through that intro? They just want or so I want to help. I want to use the poll to give us information to give you guys what you want.
I love that.
Yeah,
we'll do that today.
Yeah, we'll do that today.
It's so nice. Maybe we could do it outside. It's so nice.
Okay,
today.
Fine. After my TJ Maxx run, not TJ Maxx. I'm so sorry. Trader Joe's. They are right next door to each other, though. So like, it look kind of crazy at lunch.
I was just thinking how I need to stop by Trader Joe's again because that shit's good.
It's really good.
So those are just some simple engagement boosting actions designed to grow and get your audience to know you in a strategic way, which will ultimately turn them into customers. But again, it comes down to like if you're willing to show up, be consistent, and do the work, because that's the best way to build credibility for your brand online.
I love it. Yes, I love it. We are big advocates of social media around here, obviously.
100%.
I saw those 2
I got
signs.
2 this time.
Wow, damn. I've got my notes. All right. Should we roll into SEO?
Lastly, SEO.
SEO, search engine optimization. This is you're doing this already without even realizing that you're doing this. I could almost guarantee.
Yeah.
If you have a website, if you are creating social media, if you are linking everything together, you're already doing this.
But like, yeah, being aware of it,
Aware and intentional.
is going to be a great
Key.
tweak to your strategy. So you're being smarter with your SEO.
Absolutely. Yes. So if you want to move the needle, if you are competing in a very like aggressive, like highly competitive area, SEO is going to be your best friend, and making sure that you're making those intentional decisions and choices on, it could be keywords, the content that you choose, differentiating yourself. This is going to make you stand out from those competitors.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's a great way to reach new people as well, and grow your online presence within the space. So like when people are searching for those keywords, they're more likely to come across your content that is related to what they are searching for.
Right, exactly. And so when you think about it, and we say keywords, so let's say you own a business that specializes in travel. So when you are building your website or updating your website or adding new content like a blog to your website, you're obviously going to want to include the word travel in that keyword, because when people are Googling, travel businesses or whatever, then that's going to help you come up. And so it's not just travel. You can't just like put the word travel in there a few times. No. You also want to think of other words that are going to help you align with your goals. So if it is travel
on a budget,
exactly. Make sure that those phrases, again, we always say this, put yourself in your customer/audience's seat. What are they going to search? Okay. Put yourself in their shoes, add those keywords, phrases, build content around those keywords and phrases, and put them on your website or your social. Make sure it's all tying back together, because that is how you're going to pop up and become visible to those people.
I wanted to touch on that from a social media perspective, because I think SEO is, like I've said, is such an underutilized tool. And I think a great way to utilize it is through blog posts.
Absolutely.
That are living on your website, and then can be repurposed into social content. So we talk about this in our how to turn one piece of content into 10. You have to have your mothership platform. And from that, your mothership platform is your blog post. And then you have your repurposing channels, which will then be your social media. Like, you don't want to lead with, I need to make this Instagram reel. Like, you want to lead with this mothership piece of content that is going to live on your website and work for you while you're sleeping in 10 years from now. Because social media content, it has like a 24 to 48 hour life cycle.
Right.
So if you're putting all this blood, sweat, and tears into this one reel, and then that's it, like it dies. It's like, well, then what's the point when you could have this content living on your website that's SEO friendly in such a strategic way to get that content to work for your business?
Yes. I'm grinning like a Cheshire cat, because with that just say no to stock photo on the website thing I referenced earlier was a blog post that I did probably back in 2018.
Seriously?
On our old website.
Yeah.
So it's living out there somewhere. I'm going to go find it. We can put it in the show notes, because it's relevant, just as relevant today. Wait, probably more relevant today than it was then. But I mean, it exists out there. I know people have read it because it lives out there. It's SEO.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah. And there's tools that you can use for SEO too. I know Shelby uses a tool.
Yeah, one I use, it's a free Chrome extension browser. It's called Keywords. So like when I Google something, I use it strategically for this. So I'll Google, like, let's say social media hooks, and it'll give me phrases of the most common keywords that people are searching around that topic. So I'm able to implement those and embed those into our podcast, blogs, and all that stuff, and our YouTube videos, because that's SEO too.
Yep.
So it's a nice way to see what people are actually searching for, so you're not just guessing. Like, I think they want to look at this.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's smart. That's smart. And I know we said we're going to do 3, but I am going to throw this fourth one in there because I think it's so valuable. And it's email.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I know.
That's so good.
It's so good. So if you have, well, first, let's back up. If you don't have that list of customers or prospective customers that you can just email, that you just have like at the ready, start building that. Make an intentional decision to start collecting emails
through your freebies.
Whether it is through, business. If you get a business card from someone, if you're old school, put their email into your database. You could start with a spreadsheet. Again, we don't want you to have to go spend a bunch of money on this stuff. That's why they're called 3 simple ways, or now 4 simple ways to make huge changes. So yes, you have this audience through your email that's at the ready. They are ready. They are willing. They've accepted. They want to be marketed to.
They want to get to know you.
They want to get to know you.
So start creating content to nurture that relationship and prime them up.
And so it's even better than social media because you know that these people are already engaged. They're warm. They are sitting there waiting. So you can tailor your email messaging specifically to these people who, they're past that first date stage. So you can get to know them a little bit more. You can ask them more questions. You can be more vulnerable. They'll be more vulnerable. Special offers, entice, just like how we're doing on the website. A lot of opportunity through email. We love our email.
I love our email because I keep... I'm constantly I love to educate myself in this space and make sure that the information I'm sharing on here is relevant and correct. So
that's fair.
You're welcome, you guys. I'm doing it for you. So one thing that I keep hearing is, what if social media were to go away tomorrow? You just lost however many followers you have on Instagram.
That's a great point.
What are you going to do with them? One thing,
Twitter could literally go away tomorrow.
Seriously. TikTok, bye. Yeah. Government says adios.
China.
So what you will have always is your email list. So start building that. You can create content around driving people to your landing page to get their email, to add to your email list. But begin to grow that, because that is what you have and it's yours.
And again, it's our last episode, we talked about relationships and building a community. We are truly starting to build a community through the newsletter that is tied directly to this podcast. And I love it. I'm not letting that go. I'm gripping onto that. No one's going to.
I kind of want to give them a name.
Oh.
Some people, I listened to the Kelsey Brothers podcast and they were trying to think of their listeners, wanted to give them a name. And it was a season-long debate.
Well, yeah, I think there's another poll opportunity right there.
Right there.
Yeah, because my mind is going in the gutter fast, and I don't want to take you guys there with me, unless you want to.
Maybe we'll start offline, and then if we feel like it's appropriate to bring online, we can bring online. Because we're very PG.
Yeah.
Always. You're a mother.
I am. Yeah, never mind. I'm not going to go there.
I almost got her.
Yeah.
Because we like to call ourselves the bangers.
I know.
So we got to get something for our listeners.
Okay,
we'll brainstorm.
Okay.
We'll let you if you guys have any recommendations, shoot a DM.
Please do. We want to know. Keep it PG or don't.
You sexy marketers.
Yeah. Hey, sexy marketers. Amazing. So yeah. So website, social media, SEO, and email.
Yep.
There's so many more, but we don't want to overwhelm you at this point.
Yeah. Again, getting those, we were to just kind of summarize the whole thing. Yeah. Your website with ways that people can fill out a form and personalize it to who your brand is. Social media, get consistent, whether that's posting, engaging, or resharing content. Do what you got to do. SEO, start using those keywords to implement into your website or through blog posts so people can get to find your content organically. And then finally, email marketing. Nurture the relationships that you have with the clientele that's at your fingertips.
They're right there.
And at the end of the day, isn't that all we want? We just want to build relationships.
We just want to build relationships. We just want to chat. We just want to chit chat.
At the end of the day, I really don't care if you buy from me. I
do. And so does Melanie. And you do not want to make Melanie mad.
I don't. That's why I'm not discovering. I'm did you learn anything from us?
Shelby is not on the sales team. I'm just kidding.
But seriously, even if no one ever buys from you, and let's say from a Bing Bang perspective, you're having a conversation with somebody I really need marketing for my business. They're oh, I follow this great account. Exactly. And it's called Bing Bang. Oh. And they send great info.
They have a podcast.
And they have a podcast with these two
yes,
fabulous
it's another podcast.
girls.
But these women, girls, these young ladies, they're so fun.
Yeah. They keep it PG.
Or, sometimes they don't.
But I'm cool with it.
Yeah. I know it's another podcast, but trust me, it's worth your time.
So if even if they don't buy from you, there's still a lot of great value in someone being in your inner circle and wanting to get to know from you, I think, as well. Because again, community.
I was teasing. I entirely agree with what you just said. Building community. I'm all about the community. I was not in a sorority in college. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't either.
I would have gotten kicked out immediately.
That would not have been for me.
Frat boy John, our Bravo boy. My husband was in a frat.
That says it all.
Oh my gosh.
As I'm in my Guns N' Roses
Oh, they
t-shirt.
could be banger boys and banger babes.
Oh, that's cute.
We'll have to workshop that.
That's cute. That's cute. I like it.
Oh my gosh. So much fun.
Okay. I think that's all we got.
That's all she wrote.
That was pretty good.
That was great. You guys, thank you once again for joining us on another episode. It's been a ride.
That was I don't know what happened on that
not
ride.
sure
but
either.
My hair is a little fluffier. And I've got
It truly is.
tears in my eyes.
Incredible. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you. And you'll be seeing us on the socials, in your inboxes. Shelby might send you a direct message asking where you go on your walks and at which time. So you might also see her there. We will see. We'll talk to you later. Until next time. Bye.